Companies in the cleaning sector say, if I'm the first to go, like you say, am I pricing myself out? If I lift my wages, am I killing myself? If my competitors don't do it, okay? That was the first concern. Second concern, are my customers prepared to pay me more? If the customer continue to press the price down with every contract renewal, I cannot sustain paying my workers more. Okay? All right. So those were the concerns. Then, training of workers. If we train your workers, raise their productivity, they can have better output, are you prepared to pay them more? The answer is yes. If my workers can produce more, I'm prepared to pay them more. But the workers' acceptance to go to training is not automatic, okay? There are many worries on the worker side. Some of the older workers who are mired in this industry are actually quite fearful of whether they can cope with these training or not. And therefore, there's a fear factor. Employers are not in the best position if they force this training on them. We need the cooperation of NTUC. NTUC, as a trade union, is much more sympathetic, and the trust with the worker is much better. Okay? So NTUC can do a much better job in convincing them to at least to try to receive training. In a progressive wage model, we started with cleaning, then we started with landscape, and we started with security guards. And these are different skill ladders, and these are different salary ladders. What employers came to understand and supported strongly the progressive wage model in a few years after it started is that they see that there is a skill ladder. With each rung of the ladder, you can get higher pay. And they realize in the chronically labor short Singapore labor market, they also understand if they're going to stay in business, if they are not able to raise the wages of their low-skilled workers, their own existence and competitiveness can come into question. But the progressive wage model, you have to establish skill ladder, you have to set up training, you have to justify the wage increases with skill, and there are tests involved. It's much more complicated to implement than minimum wage. A progressive wage is much more involved. It takes the three parties to work very closely together. But if it works well, it can be sustained, and it does not hamper the competitiveness of the company.